I live alone. That's important to know. Every night, I go through the same routine. Lock the door, turn off the lights, brush my teeth, and head to bed. I live in a quiet neighborhood. Nothing ever really happens around here. But a few nights ago, I started hearing footsteps. Just as I got into bed, I'd hear soft, deliberate steps walking down the hallway toward my room. I thought it might be pipes or the house settling, until the footsteps stopped right outside my bedroom door. I opened it. No one. Nothing. Silence. This kept happening. Same time. Same steps. But one night, I decided to be ready. I sprinkled baby powder across the hallway floor before bed. 3:12 a.m. Footsteps again. I jumped out of bed and flung the door open. No one there. But the powder had footprints. Only they didn't come from outside the hall. They started right in front of my door. The next night, I set up my phone to record. I let it run all night, pointing at the hallway. The next morning, I watched the footage. At 3:12 a.m., the hallway lights flickered. The camera shook just for a second, then a figure appeared. Barefoot, standing at my door. The night after the powder footprints, I set up my phone to record the hallway. I couldn't sleep. I just stared at the ceiling until sunrise. When I watched the footage, my heart nearly stopped. At exactly 3:12 a.m., the lights flickered. The camera jolted like someone slapped it. And then, a figure appeared. It just stood there, barefoot, right at my bedroom door. Pale, still. But what made me feel sick? It slowly turned and looked directly into the camera. His face was distorted, like someone had smudged it in a photo, stretched and grinning, but with too many teeth. Then the screen went black. I checked the time code. The video cut out for exactly 17 seconds. And when it came back, the figure was gone. But now I wasn't alone. After the camera glitch, I searched my hallway. Nothing. No signs. No footprints this time. But then, I noticed my front door was unlocked. And it wasn't just unlocked. The deadbolt was turned too. From the inside. I never leave it like that. That night, I heard whispering. Just a word or two. Muffled. Like someone was talking through the wall or under the floorboards. I checked everywhere. Nothing. Until I opened the kitchen drawer. Inside, sitting on top of the cutlery, was a Polaroid photo. Old. Faded. It showed me, asleep in bed. But there was something in the background. Standing in the hallway. Same blurry face. Same grin. The photo was dated 4 nights ago. I didn't sleep after finding the photo. I printed it out and showed it to my friend. He thought I edited it. Said it was a prank. But that night, my friend called me. At 3:16 a.m. He whispered, "Why did you send her here?" Then the line went dead. I drove to his apartment. His front door was wide open. Lights on. But no one inside. Just a second photo on his kitchen table. This time, it showed him asleep on his couch. And behind him, that same figure. Written on the back in ink. "You saw me. Now I see you." I started staying at hotels. Changing every night. No patterns. No clues. But no matter where I went, I'd wake up at 3:12 a.m. to hear footsteps inside the room. Last night, I smashed the bathroom mirror just to stop seeing that reflection. But when I looked at the wall behind it, there were scratch marks inside. And tonight, there's no knock, no whisper, only a note under the hotel door, written in handwriting that matches mine. "I'm already inside. Stop running. Let me in." The lights just flickered, and now I hear 2 sets of footsteps again. I checked into a small roadside motel under a fake name. I didn't tell anyone where I was going. I didn't even bring my phone, but somehow it knew. At 3:12 a.m., the old TV turned on by itself. Static, loud, flickering. Then a voice came through. It wasn't a voice I recognized, but it said my name. First quietly, then again, louder, like it was trying to wake me up even though I was already awake. I unplugged the TV. It kept playing. I smashed it, silence. But then there was a knock at the bathroom door. Only the bathroom door was wide open. I stepped inside, and on the mirror, written in condensation like someone had just taken a hot shower, were the words, "Room 712. That wasn't my room. I checked with the front desk. Room 712 had been condemned for years. No one had stayed there since someone was found inside dead, smiling with no eyes. And now every time I blink, I see that same smile in the dark. I went to room 712. The door was cracked open. Inside, the air was freezing. The walls were covered in mold, and the lights buzzed like they hadn't been turned on in years. But there was a mirror on the far wall. Clean, perfect, and in it I saw myself. Only, I wasn't moving. My reflection stood still, and then slowly it smiled, that same too-wide grin, and whispered, "Let me in." I ran, but I didn't leave the motel, because when I got back to my room, the number on the door had changed. It no longer said 304, and now read 712. The door slammed shut behind me. Now I'm trapped. The room is cold. There's no phone, no windows, only the mirror, and my reflection, still standing, still smiling, still waiting. Let me in. I stared at the mirror, at that thing wearing my face. It smiled wider, then whispered again, "Let me in." But something in me changed. I stopped trembling. I stepped forward and whispered back, "No." The mirror cracked. Not just a little, shattered. The smile twisted into a scream, silent, but furious. And just like that, the lights snapped off. When they came back on, the mirror was gone. So was the cold. So was the door labeled 712. I was back in room 304. It was morning. Sunlight broke through the blinds. Birds outside. Normal. I checked out without a word. Didn't ask. Didn't look back. But sometimes, late at night, I dream of mirrors. Of hands pressing from the other side. It still wants in. But I know now it only has power if you say yes.